Good morning. Lali Mohammed here from Deviant Productions. We come to you this morning from the Pride headquarters in the Church and Wellesley neighborhood in downtown Toronto. Pride Toronto has organized a press conference to discuss its recent choice to ban the words Israeli Apartheid from all of its 2010 Pride festivities. The queer group Queers Against Israeli Apartheid, or QuAIA, believe this recent decision to censor the words Israeli Apartheid is an attempt to ban the group from the Pride parade this year. Many members in the community feel that this censorship is a violation of their freedom of expression. In the past 30 years, this is the first time that Pride Toronto has censored a group from marching.
Good morning. Since 2007, messages including the term Israeli Apartheid have appeared in the Toronto Pride Parade. However, in the past year, Pride Toronto has been subjected to extensive lobbying and has received complaints of discriminatory and exclusionary messaging. The issue has escalated to a point where Pride Toronto's festival is in a state of operational crisis. In response to this immediate call to action, on May 21st, 2010, the Board of Directors of Pride Toronto voted to disallow the use of the term Israeli Apartheid or any combination of transsexual, transgender, intersex, queer questioning, two-spirit, and allied communities. The city has noted that the message of Israeli Apartheid may contravene its anti-discrimination policy. As we celebrate 30 years of Pride in 2010, this will not be the year we see our festival canceled because of any one specific message.
What they're shutting Pride down for hasn't actually happened. Nothing has been passed. It's just been a threat, an implication, and this group is bowing under an implication. This is not the kind of people we need running the most important festival and the most successful festival in the city. And if you think Toronto's going to shut down this festival that brings in millions of dollars every year and that it wants to be known as a city that censors its queers, that's not going to happen. Don't worry about it. These people are wrong. They are lying.
With the kind of division that you're obviously seeing in the queer community here, with the public outrage that you're seeing from queers in the Middle East, the fact that Pride has a history as a liberation struggle, are you effectively saying that Pride is no longer about global liberation or the liberation of all people and being a part of that movement?
Okay, so the question was, are we turning our back to the Palestinian queers who are fighting for their rights? The answer is, we make this decision based on the discriminatory nature of the term Israeli Apartheid.
We hear all of this stuff about Israel being an oasis of gay tolerance, but that doesn't have any benefit for Palestinian queers, because the apartheid pass laws and the apartheid wall mean they can't go to Israel to participate in gay pride there. They can't go to Israel to participate in gay life there. They're locked in the Bantustans.
And a long time ago, if we had just taken out TNT, Totally Naked Toronto, or if we had taken out Dykes on Bikes or other people who had offended other people, we would be in a situation in which we wouldn't have a pride. So, and I'm a proud Jewish member of Queers Against Israeli Apartheid, and there are many of us. And I think that what we're trying to say is if Desmond Tutu can say it, frankly, if Ehud Barak can say it, and if the Supreme Court of Israel can say it, why can't we say it here?
Do you think the banning of Queer Against Israeli Apartheid or the use of the word Israeli Apartheid is about discrimination, or do you think it goes beyond that?
I think it's about money. Like, I think fundamentally it's about money. We're still gonna march. Like, we're still gonna be there. People are still gonna come out. Whether or not we have like parades with like TD Bank postered all over it is kind of besides the point, because people are still gonna be walking through the streets, and like that's why we do this, right? Like, we do this for visibility. We do this for our rights. Like, we do this in solidarity with other groups. Like, we don't do it because we really need to be branded by anyone. So I feel like if the city pulled your funding, it's not as though your community wouldn't respond by fundraising money and supporting and volunteering and giving you what you needed. We did it before. Like, it's not that we're not going to do it again. Have faith that we would have your back if you had our backs, you know?
I was actually on the board of Pride 3 years ago, and in that time I was asked to try and create a human rights contingent. Simultaneously, while we were trying to build that, Pride was also saying, but can you keep it small? So I think what we're seeing is this division in Pride between wanting to have a little politics but not too much that might spoil the party.
What do you think this means for future Prides when one group is silenced?
I think it's destructive. I'm afraid that other groups may be silenced or other words may be silenced. I believe this sets a precedent. I don't know who, don't know how, but I believe that we need to have a space where all people can feel comfortable to say their piece. And that's happened in previous years.
As can be seen and heard this morning, the community is outraged. There's a potent consensus that Pride Toronto has chosen its funders over its community. While Pride Toronto suggests that it's made the best choice to ensure its operational budget, the community begs the question, has Pride Toronto forgotten that when it stands behind its community, the community stands behind them? In solidarity, Lali Muhammad from Deviant Productions.